Myself, Popere KS, Assistant Professor Botany of RED Shikshan Sanstha's RB Anber College, Srirampur. In this lecture, we are going to talk about C-value paradox. So, what is this C-value paradox? Earlier, it was believed that C-value or the C-value paradox. C-value, it is the total amount of DNA which is present in haploid genome. That is the C-value. It is the amount of DNA which is present in haploid genome. Okay, so it is the DNA of the haploid genome. The C-value, it will increase with the complexity of the organism. So, as the complexity of the organism increases, the C-value also increases. So, the C-value, it increases with the complexity of the organism. Now, so what will happen? It will, suppose we take from prokaryotes to eukaryotes. So, this will increases from simple to complex, the C-value increases. That is, for example, in prokaryotes, as we move from pro to eukaryotes, what will happen? This complexity increases, so the C-value increases. Okay, so these are the terms which was believed earlier about the C-value. Now, later on what happened? Later, it was found that there is no relationship between the number of genes and the complexity of the organism in eukaryotes. It was found that there is no relationship between the number of genes and the complexity of the organism. Okay, so what does it say? That as earlier was said that as the complexity increases, C-value increases, but later on it was thought that there is no relationship between number of genes and the complexity of the organism. So this lack of correlationship between the genomic size and the genomic complexity is showing the paradoximity. Okay, so this too is showing the paradoxicity. Okay, and so this term is called as C-value paradox. So thus it is called as the C-value paradox. Okay, the C-value paradox term was given by a scientist, that is by a Thomas in 1971. The C-value paradox term was given by a scientist named Thomas in 1971. Now, it was seen that the C-value paradox, including the different, it includes a huge variation in the C-value between the species whose apparent complexity, or we can say apparent complexity does not vary. Their apparent complexity does not vary even though there is a huge variation is seen in the C-value of this species. Okay, so and it is mostly seen. So what is seen? There is seen a complexity. The value of C-value, it varies in the different species. the C value varies. So what will happen, it shows it is mostly, and in which cases it is seen mostly in case of insects, amphibia, and in case of plants. So observations were taken and it was seen that the C values varies in this cases of insect, amphibia and plant. So later on it was found how and why these C values varies. So there were explanation afterwards. So after there was an invention or discovery of the non-coding DNA. There was always a question, means why there is a difference, or why there is a difference between the gene size and the genomic complexity of the organism, or gene size and the gene number, why does it varies? So their answers lies here, that is this non-coding DNA. These in DNA there are regions that some are, suppose these are the coding regions of the DNA. So this is also the coding region of the DNA, this is also a coding region of the DNA. So this, and the rest is the non-coding regions. So in eukaryotes there are large number of non-coding regions in the DNA. So what does this non-coding regions? They are many in number. After the discovery of this non-coding DNA, it was found that this non-coding DNA, these are non-functional in nature, or they don't code for any proteins in the organism or living organism. So the total DNA content is not determined by the gene number in the eukaryotes. In eukaryotes, there the total number of gene, it does not, or the total genomic content, it does not determine the total number of gene which is present. So in humans, there are, that is 1.5% of coding DNA and 98.5% of non-coding DNA, and they are of different types. So here we can see only 1.5% of the DNA are the coding regions, or they are the coding DNA, and 98.5, the rest is the means the most of the DNA part is non-coding DNA. And so this coding regions, okay, they are present only in the small amount. So this non-coding DNA, these are called as, they are present in DNA as a repetitive units, or these are also called as repetitive sequences of DNA. Repetitive DNA sequence. This sequence within the genome, they are present at different places, and these portions of the DNA, they are repetitive in a sequence, or they are similar in the sequence. Their nucleotide sequence, suppose these are the non-coding DNA, this structure or the sequence of the genome, this will be similar. So these are called repetitive DNA, and the rest part of the DNA, which is called as the coding DNA, means this region, they are called as unique DNA, and they are present as a single strand. they are not repetitive like that in case of the non-coding. So this coding DNA, they are unique DNA sequence which are present in the DNA, and this will code for the protein synthesis, or it will code for the different proteins. And this non-coding DNA, they does not code for the proteins, but they might play any structural or regulatory roles. So this gives us that the C value of the C value of the organism does not depends upon the genomic size or the number of genes which are present in the genome of a living organism. So this is about the C value paradox. Thank you.